What was Tyra thinking? Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 worst America's Next Top Model makeovers. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at any makeover a contestant received on the popular reality TV show that was eye-catching for all the wrong reasons. Number 10. Cassandra Jean's Mia Farrow cut. One of the most iconic haircuts in cinema has to be Mia Farrow's pixie cut from Rosemary's Baby.
Don't tell me you paid for that.
In theory, it was a great style to replicate on a model with such a strong bone structure like Cycle 5 contestant Cassandra Jean. But the Southern beauty pageant queen was devastated over losing her long locks.
I can't play with my hair. When I go to brush my teeth and when I look in the mirror, it's not gonna be pretty.
She went along with the cut and the dye job initially, but when they wanted to cut another inch off, she absolutely refused, saying that she didn't want them to change her too much.
So you're not ready to cut your hair?
No.
You know, I really don't have time for this today, so you just gotta leave my set.
It seemed like a weird hill to die on considering most of her hair was gone anyway, but she stuck to her guns and was sent home.
I have to be myself, and I want to walk out of this competition knowing that I did what I think was right in the long run, and that includes not letting people try and change the way I am.
Number 9. Shy's two-toned hair.
Yeah, multiple personalities! Look!
It's probably not the best idea to make someone look like a terrifying cartoon villain, but that's exactly what Tyra did with Shy Fan, a Cycle 21 contestant who was given two-toned hair, half black and half blonde.
I'm gonna work it.
No one can compare to me now.
Looking like Cruella de Vil herself, Shy's hair seemed like something that would look cool in an Instagram pic, but crazy in real life. It didn't help that the hairstylist even dyed her eyebrows to match her hair, so it looked as if she only had the black one, since the blonde hairs blended into her skin. Shy was a good sport about it though, and seemed to embrace it. Number 8. Laura's patriotic makeover.
You're going to have red, white, and blue hair.
Yeah, baby!
Nothing is ever settled on reality TV, and many times people take things too literally. At least that's what we assume happened with Cycle 18 British Invasion. In that season, Americans were pitted against the British to see who would reign supreme. To turn up the patriotism, Laura was given red and blue streaks on bleached blonde hair to mimic the American flag. The thought process behind it might have made the tiniest bit of sense, but the chunky streaks looked weird, amateurish, and definitely didn't scream top model. Number 7. Marvita's horsetail mullet. Poor Marvita didn't deserve this. During the Cycle 10 makeovers, Tyra kept the girls in the dark about what makeover they were getting.
Everybody is going to be sitting in a chair, not knowing what the hell is going on.
When Marvita sat down in the hairdresser's chair, she was surprised to see hair extensions nearby.
And I was like, okay, I see some weave. Okay, this must not be my table.
Only then did Tyra reveal in a pre-taped segment that she would be getting a horse mane hair weave, a style Tyra admitted to making up. Tyra even neighed when she gleefully revealed Marvita's makeover inspiration.
Like a horse, so she's gonna be like,
The result was less of a horse mane and more of an 80s hairband mullet. It looked ridiculous, and not even Marvita's strong features could pull it off. Number 6. Phil's Jesus extensions. When A&TM let men into the contest, it was exciting to see what makeovers they'd give the guys. But then Phil happened and proved they could make a man look just as awful as they do for some of the women.
I can't eat and watch Phil, like his hair was completely awful.
Tyra wanted to see longer hair on Phil, so he was given very cheap-looking extensions that had people comparing him to Jesus.
They decided they would add hair and go with the Jesus look. Not good. I am not feeling good about my makeover halfway through.
The straggly hair was distracting and took away from his good looks. Phil looked more like a Coachella punchline than a model, so we're glad he later took out the extensions and grew his natural hair out. Number 5. Celicia's mushroom bob.
High fashion's not gonna come to you. You have to come to high fashion.
Cycle 9 contestant Celicia Stowers is already one of the most controversial A&TM winners out there because of her previous connection to Tyra before the season started. But the real question is, how did someone with Dora the Explorer hair make it that far? Celicia's mushroom bob and glorified bowl cut was meant to give the commercial model an edgier look, but instead it made her appear younger, as if her mom gave her that haircut in the kitchen. Many compared her look to the Beatles gone wrong, and any way you cut it, it was bad. Just bad.
It's gonna take some getting used to, but it really changed my look. Like, I'm not your average girl next door.
Number 4. Chelsea's widened tooth gap. For the most part, the makeovers they give contestants aren't permanent. Hair grows back, a weave can be taken out, and eyebrows can be dyed back. But the makeover team crossed that line when Tyra decided that the gap between Chelsea's 2 front teeth needed to be made bigger so that she had more of a Lauren Hutton look. To emulate the legendary model, Chelsea was taken to a dentist where they actually shaved around 1 millimeter off each front tooth. While we like the idea of accentuating someone's unique trait, this was a bridge too far.
Competition's so big and intense, and the stakes are so high that I take it really seriously.
Number 3, Britney's red clown weave. Unfair or not, big red hair often brings up associations with clown hair. Clearly, Tyra wasn't trying to channel Bozo the Clown for Britney Hatch's makeover, but that's exactly what she got.
Try and hang in there.
Britney's original hairdo of short curls looked way more model-esque than the pile of red straw they attached to her head. The hair was brittle-looking, frizzy, and puffy, and it clearly looked like a weave, which defeats the whole purpose of getting the hairstyle professionally done. Whoever did that to her should lose their cosmetology license. Number 2, Molly's giant blonde weave. There have been some pretty harrowing weave experiences on ANTM, but none compared to Molly's unbelievably bad hairdo.
So it'll be new, but I think I can work it.
After assigning big blonde curls to Molly, a weave specialist was brought in to sew it onto her fine hair.
I'm trying to think of how we could style this some sort of way for the picture and then correct it after.
The process of getting her hair done was a tangle of braids, thread, and extensions that looked more akin to a bird's nest than a high-fashion look. And the finished product wasn't any better. The added hair had to weigh as much as Molly herself. The salon owner tried to trim it down, but it was no use. Molly was understandably upset, and the hair led to a lot of drama until it was redone.
Love the idea of the huge blonde hair, but it looks horrible, so I'm not happy with it whatsoever.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some dishonorable mentions.
I just feel so masculine. I feel like I lost my girlish thing going on.
Just on me personally, I need to get used to it.
I never thought I would see people cry over hair.
Number 1, Denzel's fake beard. Of all the crazy makeovers the ANTM team has given over the years, this one takes the cake. For the most part, the male contestants get pretty tame looks compared to the female contestants. But Denzel's fake beard made every other makeover pale in comparison.
Let's see how this one looks.
They put a lace front weave on this man's face. A lace front weave. Just let that sink in.
It's a lace front. They put a lace front on my face.
No, you didn't say lace front.
The weave was a completely different texture than his natural hair, and the contrast showed.
I'm loving myself with the beard. I like the look.
It looked wholly unnatural, ridiculous, and like it would fall off at any moment. The makeover was roasted on social media and still lives on in internet infamy.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.